Hi everyone. So I wanted to do a video where I basically share my approach to, let's say, disease or illness, like if I suddenly have a certain disease. So I thought it would be fun and also very accurate, specific, supportive if I pretend right now, like if I found out I had cancer. How would I respond? What would be my first steps to making sure I don't die, or. so so let's do that. So for me, if I found out I had cancer, the very first thing I would do would be to become calm in my body, really relax, enter a deep state of being here with my body, and basically trying to look like I'm scanning my body and being aware of any point that's not still, that's not present, that's not stable, and basically looking for, let's say, the cancer, the source of the cancer, looking for the emotions that I haven't looked at, looking for stress, frustration, anger, sadness. Try to look for anything like that with my body, that's resonating like that in my body. And basically, my first step would be that, to look for that and to release that. And that may take an hour, that may take 5 minutes, that may take a day, that may take a week, that may take a month of every day constantly just looking for that, understanding it, writing about it, forgiving it, until how long it takes, until I get to the point where, okay, I'm stable, I looked through my body, I found that point, and I'm here. The reason why I'll do this is because you could say I believe I believe that the cancer comes from an emotion, from stress, and that when you are in the emotional state, it uses up resources from your body. Where if you're trying to heal yourself, if you're trying to assist and support your immune system, if you're trying to assist and support your body, that emotions do the opposite of that. Anger, frustration, irritation, blame, whatever, does the opposite to your body. It actually makes you more unhealthy. So that's why the very first thing I would do is to, let's say, create a space, let's say, for healing. And that's the first step. And this is what I've done in the past in terms of when I got sick or whatever it may be. It's like I recognize my body's weakened or is going through something. It's like entering in a resting state, in a state that's completely calm and pleasant for the body. So, and the point here too is that for me, I believe that the cancer came from a point of emotion, of something I held on to, something that I haven't resolved. So by understanding that source and releasing that, that at least stops the source has been adding onto the cancer. That's been feeding the cancer. And my viewpoint of cancer is basically what I believe it is that there are some cells that basically they're hardwiring, they're functioning like a computer got had like a problem, like a malfunction, and it starts like growing. It starts having these defected cells, and my belief of why that is because that cell got defected because of an emotional experience I was held on to. That energy of the emotion actually creates like a disturbance for the body, and over time it will affect the cells, and then eventually that leads to a cell being crazy and start growing crazy and producing its defective cells. It keeps reproducing itself into more of those defective cells. That's, let's say, what I believe. That's why my approach is what I said before, because it's the source of it, I believe, is emotion. And that emotion is as well tied within a thought pattern, as well as tied within a personality pattern, as well as tied within how I believe, even my beliefs about the world, my perception of the world, my approach to the world, my attitude to the world, everything on myself on a level that is me. Somewhere within there is the defect. So that's why my approach is what I said before. Besides that, after, let's say, doing that, the other thing I would do would be to look at environmental things, such as food, see what food, if any, is not supportive, and to change that. Other things would be whether I'm sleeping enough, whether I'm resting enough, whether I'm overworking. Another thing would be environmental. I found another thing, but it's not environmental. It's more about me on myself level. Am I actually, let's say, satisfied? Am I actually pushing for new things in my life, for example? That relates more to the emotion of depression, where depression is like you don't want to do anything. You just want to like stay there and do nothing. And so that's a different emotional pattern that I mentioned than the other ones I mentioned before, but that very well could lead to cancer as well. One thing I could do as well, could do, is look at everyone in my life, every single person I know, every single person I met, everyone that's ever been in my life, basically scanning through all my relationships that have existed, and just see what emotions am I holding on to towards them, what reactions, what point of energy am I holding on to towards them. And then I do that for each one. I look for energies and I would release it and change myself. The other thing would be looking at responsibilities, work or other responsibilities. Basically looking at all the responsibilities I have, all the ones I've had in the past, scanning through each one, looking for any energy, looking for any emotion, and just changing it, stopping it, redefining it. And after all this, let's say, then the next step I would do would be living words, where I pick words to live, words that I would like to live, things that I haven't really expressed yet, something that's new and creative. So it could be like boisterous or ruckus or I don't know, fantastic, whatever new words I haven't really looked at or explored yet. And that would be a point of me living my body, me moving myself, me creating with my life. And that's important too because it's about almost like circulating, let's say the body, circulating the blood in the body, circulating the oxygen in the body. The inhale and the exhale is basically moving what's in the body so it doesn't get stuck. So it's about a flow. And that's also a point of emotion. What describes emotion as well is that it's like being stuck. You're stuck within that emotion. It's like a blockage. You're within that emotion, you're stuck as it, that's who you are, you define as it. You're not flowing, you're not able to see other perspectives, you're able to do other things, to move anything that's outside of what is limited within that emotion. So living words is about something new, it's about movement, it's about circulation, it's about flow and moving in your life. So, yeah, that's all the things I would do. Somewhat in that order because, I'm used to that order of clear out what's old with the new, clear out the old, and then bring in what's new. You can also kind of do that simultaneously. It's fine as well. So, yeah. That's my guide, Yogan's guide to cancer or disease in general. And yeah. So, thank you very much. Have a good one.